Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today we are flying abroad and there's one thing we prepare before we fly. Travel insurance. We personally use the visitor coverage because that's what we use it for our previous 2 times Mexico trip. Also, we learned our lesson by not purchasing for our recent trip to Singapore and Malaysia because Vincent got sick and we didn't know what to do. So this time when we're flying to South Korea and other country, we want to make sure we got it so you can be protected for your medical and financially. So we personally bought international medical travel insurance, and another one is a trip insurance. The international travel medical insurance actually covers medical stuff. Also, we want to make sure we cover some financial impact, so we got the trip insurance as well, which will cover your cancellation or trip interruption and so on. So having it will be a peace of mind, and you will actually use it if you truly get sick or got impacted. We personally use the visitor coverage because multiple insurance plans are under the visitor coverage website, so you can actually customize and buy from different insurance and shop around. So it's pretty budget friendly as well. The tool is very easy to use, so I will show you step by step how to quote and how to shop as well. Before we dive in, we are not sponsored by visitor coverage, but we have affiliated link. Using the affiliated link will be very helpful for our channel. Thank you so much. So this is a visitor coverage homepage. When you scroll down, you will see a list of insurance they provide. For example, we bought these two. First of all, international travel medical insurance, medical coverage for individuals traveling outside of their home country. So we're going to Hong Kong, Taiwan, and South Korea. So we actually purchased this. And on top of it, we actually purchased the trip insurance, any financial protection against flight delays, lost luggage, trip cancellation, and interruption. The reason why we bought this is because we're going to fly Korea to Hong Kong to Taiwan, and USA. We have a lot of flights, and Korea is going through some strike in airport, and there could be other reason, maybe flight can get delayed, and we want some financial protection. So we decide to purchase this. Usually we don't really purchase this one. We usually purchase this, especially when I went to Mexico. I got this one because I want to do some skydiving, which I didn't do it, but snorkeling as well. So I got this one, but this time I also purchased this. But other than these two, there are very valuable coverages like US visitor insurance. If you are coming to USA, I highly recommend to get this one because US medical and ER is very expensive. There's some Europe, cancel for any reason, insurance, and pre-existing condition medical. If you have some pre-existing health concern, then try to look into this. There are more, and one thing I want to highlight is I never purchased this, but there's a cruise insurance. I highly recommend to get this if you are going on a cruise because I saw a Netflix documentary. It was a carnival one. People get locked in on a cruise and they suffer for many days and they did not get any financial protection. I think they got a very little bit, but it was not much. So maybe this is going to help you. So try to look into this. So you get some extra coverages. But anyway, these are all the coverage they offer, and there are cool ways to buy it. One way is actually just going through this and get some quote. The second is AI quote assistant. I'm going to show you AI quote assistant in high level because it is a very cool tool to get a high level quote. So you can take a look. But actual purchase experience wise, to me, I like to go through this because I like to compare all the coverages because visitor coverage has multiple insurance company and available here. They do offer different coverage. So let's just check out real quick AI quote assistant. If you're here, hello, looking for a quote, tell me the name and country you're visiting. So I'm going to say, my name is... So here I write that my name is Christina and my husband is Vincent. We will be visiting South Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, November 1st to November 30th. I want some medical coverage, device protection, since I'm bringing my phone and laptop. If I lose it, it can potentially help me to give some reimbursement. And trip interruption coverage. We both are 21 years old. I just like to put a little bit more context because I know they're going to ask me these questions. So it gave me some extra questions. So I just to USA and USA. So it is actually generating a quote for me. So it gave me like a high level 3 options here. You can maybe take a look at these, it's saying it. And if you have more questions, you can actually ask. And it actually give you a full quote with 4 more plans. So when you go here, it will give you more options. See here, it actually give you like benefit, what kind of add-on you want to add it and stuff like this. So this AI tool is very cool if you want to just quickly check how much it's going to cost you. But I like to go a little bit traditional way when I'm actually doing a purchasing. So for example, I know I want to get an international travel medical insurance. Then I'm going to click on this. And then I'm going to choose my destinations. I actually earlier inputted so it has all my save information, but primary destination South Korea, since I will be staying there longer than any other countries. You can put multiple countries and add destination like this. And you click next. And you put your traveler's age and where they're living and what their citizenship is. And then you put your start and end date of your travel. Make sure you put your date when you're traveling date instead of the next day. And one thing I want to highlight is if you want to purchase this insurance, make sure you purchase it minimum a day before. For example, today is 23rd. I cannot buy 23rd. I can only buy from 24th. So if you are flying on 23rd and you're trying to purchase it, you can't buy it. So make sure you do a day minimum prior so you can actually cover the flight date. So anyway, let's say I am going from November 1st to 30th and get quotes. And here, so you can actually see the coverage they're actually recommending. So what I do is I look at the add-on benefits, device protection, since I'm bringing my laptop and phone. If I lose, I can get some reimbursement. And return to home country, I'm not going to do it, but when I was traveling to Cancun, I made sure to do this in case if I'm doing skydiving or snorkeling, if I go ER and if I need to ship back to my home country, I may need this coverage, so I was looking into this. So I highly recommend that if you are doing any heavy activity, try to look at this. And there's a trip cancellation and interruption. You can look at this. So after I choose all this, I update my deductible to 0 because I like 0 deductible. And then sort it by the lowest. And then I look at what kind of coverage limit they have. $50,000, $50,000. So $50,000 to do apple to apple comparison, but this one only start from 2 million. Anyway, then I just compare all these 3 coverage. So good thing about visitor coverage is you can actually compare up to 3 policy at once. Then you can hit this button, compare, and it shows you the 3 coverage I selected. So this is the cheapest one, so I'm gonna pay attention the most. What kind of coverage is lacking or maybe potentially providing more. And you can actually update your coverage limit from here directly, which is good. But let's go review the difference, but it's pretty overwhelming if you want to do this, but you have this highlight difference. And you can just read this through too. But what I like to do is I look at this medical coverage one by one to see where it's highlighting. So for medical coverage, there's no difference. Okay, whatever. And pre-existing condition, I just read through. It's not covered, not covered. At the end, it's not covering really much. So not much different. Outpatient, and looking at all these and like, okay. It is very organized and giving you apple to apple comparison is pretty good. And you can just go through this and do this too. You can actually even give this URL to ChatGPT or Gemini to get a best suggestion what AI says too. That's one of the options. But anyway, you can just look at this. And since this is more medical coverage, I'm not really focusing on these, but this is something you can take a look if you are only purchasing this. And there's some Dr. One that's not covered and what I prefer rates not covered. Vinny and I was looking at this. Okay. We were a little bit concerned about this is the cheapest, so it might not be really covering much, but it was pretty decent. this is like, I don't think I'm gonna spend $2 million for the coverage. You don't know, but we're thinking, okay, not that. And like 50,000 might be pretty good enough for this trip, we were thinking, since I'm not going very like a Europe or more expensive like Switzerland or somewhere like that. I was thinking South Korea is not going to be too bad for this kind of coverage. So this is what we choose and we bought it. Now let's move on to the trip insurance we bought. As I said, we actually purchased 2 travel insurance, which we never done it, but this time we did because we're gonna fly different countries a lot in different places. So we want to make sure any interruption can be covered. But here, United States, and here the primary destination, you can put whatever the country you want. So you actually, for the trip insurance, you actually provide where you live and what state you live. And non-refundable trip costs in USD, this actually drives the value how much your insurance gonna be. So more you put here, your insurance gonna be more expensive. So keep that in mind. So I'm gonna have 2 people. Let's say Vinny is 21-year-old. And let's say I want to cover $5,000 for mine and $5,000 for him. And they actually ask you initial trip deposit date for the trip. This is, you don't really have to worry about much unless you are looking for a CFAR coverage for any reason. So that's the time they actually look at this date to see if you are qualified or not. So we're going to move on to the next. And as I say, make sure you buy this a day before so it covers the day you're traveling. Because today is 23rd, you cannot buy it. You cannot even buy 24th, so make sure buy it like a couple of days earlier. Let's say we are traveling November 1st to November 30th and get quotes. Here, same look and feel, you can just go here, cancel for any reason if you want to cover that kind of thing. Usually this gets more expensive, I noticed, but you can play around to see what's the best one for you. Interruption for any reason. This one also raise your price, but it might be good to look at it. I look at these 2 and I did not choose anything else because not that bad. Primary medical, I already have medical insurance, so I can just use that. And so I was looking at the lowest and then I compare top 3. And same thing, you just highlight the difference and you just look into it, what makes most sense for you. Travel coverage is the one I am more interested in. Look into it, see interruption 100%, 150, 150. What is the maximum? Trip delay, misconnection. If you translate to LAX and you got lost, you've missed your flight, they should be able to help you with that. Emergency medical evacuation, something to cover. Cancel for any reason. This one you can opt in or out. So this quote is without this one right now. So once you include it, it might get more expensive. So other, you can see this. Vinny and I was looking at this like, oh, this one has a rental car damage. So we were like, Vincent's gonna actually drive in Korea, so maybe it's a good thing to cover it. And when we look at the price here, yes, it's slightly expensive, but not too crazy. So okay, let's just do this. So therefore, we decide to go with iTraveler Insurance SE for this reason. So there's no right or wrong answer, which one is the right one, but you can just really look into this. Oh, for my budget, I can go with Trip Protection Basic, or I am driving, so I kind of want to cover a little bit more. I will go with this. But when you actually go to the rental company too for the car, they might offer you insurance, so you can just use that and just buy this too. So there's so many different ways to buy it. We just decided to just get this since it was covering pretty good and the price was not too crazy for 2 of us. This is how we quoted and purchased the insurance. And then I'm gonna show you what it looks like after you purchase. So after you purchase it, you'll get an email from Visitor Coverage and provide you the policy ID. What's next? And you can sign in to your online account to just manage easily. So you can just click on this. You can just see your My account and it will show you what kind of coverage you have right now, and you can even see your previous one. So mine is all inactivated. Mine is expired for my old one, but you can repurchase it if you want. Let's just go to the active one, and here you can see what you bought, and here you can actually get the ID card, cover letter, visa letter as well if you need, and you can actually add it to your Apple wallet too. That's pretty cool. I didn't know this. But you can have a digital ID. It's pretty high tech than what I expected. So if you want to cancel it, you want to know what is a cancellation policy, you can actually look into this cancellation refund info from that insurance company. Here for mine, it tells you how to cancel it and how much I will receive it. For this one, if canceled before effective date, a zero cancellation fee will be applicable for any policy canceled before effective date. So I will get 100% refund. In case if you are canceling after you travel, then you have to pay for some cancellation fee and prorated daily refund value. So this is something keep in mind. And for example, let's say if I'm looking at other policy and want to know the cancellation refund info, this one has a little bit different. Looks like if you are not certified for any reason, you may cancel iTravel SC policy within 10 days. Free look back period from the date you purchased. So this one's pretty good. You can actually get a full refund. Just say I did not like it, and then they will refund you in 10 days after the policy get kicked in. So just make sure you can read this before you travel in case if you didn't like some of their cancellation policy. This is a page you may want to keep in mind. This it will have a link where you can file a claim. Once you click this, it will show you the IMG page, or it could be different, depends on your policy, I think. And then you just create an account and you just put your policy number here and continue and create a claim. Vincent and I went to Guadalajara, Mexico. We actually have some claims, so we called them. They were pretty quick, so I think it could be depends on the insurance company, but we did not have a bad experience. So this was a step-by-step quote process how Vinny and I purchased our travel insurance for Hong Kong, South Korea, and Taiwan. You may have a different way of purchasing it, but this is something we want to share with you. And we hope this kind of video is helpful for you. And also, we are not sponsored by Visitor Coverage, but we do have an affiliate link. If this video was truly helpful for you, please use our affiliate link to get insurance. That will actually help us. So that's all you really need to know the Visitor Coverage if you want to start your quoting and purchasing and file a claim. Now let's move back to the airport. I hope this video was helpful for you, and now you're ready to fly. As I told you, we have an affiliated link. If you use it, we appreciate it. And also, if this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. We'll see you in the next travel video. Bye bye, and have a safe flight.